The last class of my old professor took place at his house by the window in his study, where he could watch a small hibiscus plant shed its pink leaves. We met once a week every Tuesday. The class would start just a little after breakfast. The subject was about the meaning of life. It was taught by experience. Neither grades nor exams were given to you, but you were expected to respond to the questions asked and ask questions. Physical tasks were required to earn extra credit by lifting the professor's head to a comfortable spot on the pillow, or placing his glasses on the bridge of his nose, or just kissing him goodbye. No books were needed, but he tackled a variety of topics such as love, work, community, family, aging, forgiveness, and finally, death. The last lecture was brief, only a few words, and as for graduation, a funeral was held. There were no final exams, but you were expected to write a long paper, and it is presented here. The class of my old professor only had one student, and that student was me. You have a special boy here. Mitch, you are one of the good ones. Can we keep in touch? Of course. His death sentence came in the summer of 1944. Looking back, Morrie knew that something bad was coming, long before that. There were a lot of things Morrie loves to do. One of those was dancing. Nobody knew that he was a doctor of sociology, a college professor, and was able to write a number of books. People thought he was just an old nut. Then he developed asthma, and then his breathing became labored. As the time passes by, he grew weaker and weaker and weaker.
Morrie has amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a brutal and unforgiving illness, and is no cure.
How did I get it?
Nobody knew.
Is it terminal?
Yes.
So, am I going to die?
Yes, you are. I'm very sorry.
What a waste of time. All those people saying all those wonderful things, and Earth never got to hear any of it. Welcome to my living funeral. I thought that why not say the things we want to say while the people are still alive, and not when they are dead. My dear and loving cousin, your ageless heart, as you move through time, layer on layer, tender kikyo. Morrie laughed and cried with them. He cherished the heartwarming things his guest has to say in his living funeral. Well, the last 16 years after college didn't end up as I wanted to be. I wanted to be a musician back then, but it didn't go that way. I ended up being a sports columnist for a news press in Detroit. I worked and just earned money. I was becoming to the person my old professor didn't want me to be. Take a look at this article, Ted. Ted, I need to check you out before I agree to do this interview. Man, I hope Ted gets easy on Morrie. I hope Morrie goes easy on Ted. Tell me something close to your heart.
My heart? Alright. Well, I have kids and I care and love them so much.
Good. Now tell me something about your faith.
I usually don't talk about such things with people I've only known for a few minutes.
Ted, I'm dying. I don't have a lot of time here.
Alright, faith. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen my program?
Yeah, twice, I think.
Twice? That's all?
Don't feel bad. I've only seen Oprah once.
Well, that 2 times you saw my show, what did you think?
To be honest,
Yes.
I thought you were a narcissist.
I'm too ugly to be a narcissist.
Ted, when all this started, I asked myself, am I going to withdraw from the world like most people do, or am I going to live? I decided that I'm going to live, or at least try to live. that way I want, with dignity, with courage, with humor, with composure. There are some mornings I'm so angry and bitter, but it doesn't last too long. Then I get up and say, I want to live. So far, I've been able to do it. Will I able to continue? I don't know, but I'm betting on myself that I will. Well, Fred, I mean, Ted.
Now that's inducing humility. What gets you most his about this so insidious decay?
Well, Ted, one day soon someone's gonna have to wipe my ass.
Who is Morrie Schwartz, and why, by the end of the night, are so many of you going to care about him? Who is Morrie Schwartz? Who is Morrie Schwartz?
I caught a glimpse of a large Japanese maple tree and two figures sitting near it in the driveway. A middle-aged woman flanking an old man in a wheelchair. Morrie. My old friend, you've come back at last. Mitch, you know that I'm dying. Yes, I know. Alright then, shall I tell you what it's like? What it's like to die? Yes. Although I'm unaware of it, our last class had just begun. You know, Mitch, now that I'm dying, I've become much more interesting to people. You were always interesting. You're kind. No, I'm not. Here's the thing. People see me as a bridge. I'm not as alive as I used to be, but I'm not yet dead. I'm sort of in between. I'm on the great journey here, and people want me to tell them what to pack.
Morrie, can you talk?
I'm visiting with my old pal. Now, let them call back. I cannot tell you why he received me so warmly. I was hardly the promising student who had left him 16 years earlier. Now, if it wasn't for the nightline, Morrie would have died without seeing me. Now, as things gone to life, I became busy. I asked myself, what happened to me? My time in the university all came rushing to my mind. The 80s happened, the 90s happened. Time just flew, yet here, Morrie, talking, with the wonder of our college years, as if I'd simply been a long vacation. Have you found someone to share your heart with? Are you giving to your community? Are you at peace with yourself? Are you trying to be as human as you can be? The questions filled me up. What happened to me? I worked and received money. Why was I unsatisfied with life? I wasn't that person who was I in college. What happened to me? I kept on asking myself. Coach? That's me. I'm still your coach. Dying is the only one thing to be sad over, Mitch. Living unhappy is something else. So many of the people who came to visit me are unhappy. Why? Well, for one thing, the culture we have does not make people feel good about themselves. We're teaching the wrong things. And you have to be strong enough to say, if the culture doesn't work, don't buy it. Create your own. Most people can't do it. They're more unhappy than me, even in my current condition. I may be dying, but I am surrounded by loving, caring souls. How many people can say that? Then Morrie did something that haunts me to this day. You know how I'm gonna die? I'm going to suffocate. Yes, my lungs. Because of my asthma, I can't handle the disease. It's moving up my body. This ALS is already at my legs. Pretty soon, it'll get into my arms and my hands, and when it hits my lungs, I'm sunk. Well, you never know. I know, Mitch. You mustn't be afraid of my dying. I've had a good life, and we all know it's going to happen. I may have 4 or 5 months. Come on, nobody can say I could. There's even a little test a doctor showed me. A test? Inhale a few times. Now once more, but this time when you exhale, count as many numbers as you can before you take another breath. 1, 2, 70. Good. You have healthy lungs. Now, what I do? 1, 2, 3, 18. When the doctors first asked me to do this, I could reach 23. Now it's 18. My tank is almost empty. Come back and see your old professor. I promise.
Take me back to the start.